Anyone there? I don't even know if I made the, did I make the live? I will know if you're here once I see some people here. Okay. Hello? Is anyone there in the stratosphere? Sometimes I don't know if I made the live public or, there we go. Hey, Yamin. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so y'all are here. Hello, everyone. I won't be on for long. I have an amazing communication from the extraterrestrials in Brazil. Sounds so cheesy. Doesn't it sound cheesy? I have a telecommunication from the extraterrestrials in Brazil. I have been in contact with the nega. You ever see like those weird space movies and they always make it seem like the person in contact is like out of their gorge? So like, I have a message. Hey y'all, peace to the east, the west, the north, the south. This is Fleurbrun coming to you today from Brazil. So hey everyone, I just wanted to come on. I had an amazing communication with the nega. I'm in awe of how magnanimous the time we're in. I really am. You know, it's like you think to yourself, why are we here? Like dealing with all of the shenanigans of the dark Kabbalist and all of these beings like causing all of this, you know, nefarious kind of like upheaval. And then you say to yourself, you have a level of awareness or contact. And then you say, oh my gosh, I get it. I get it. I do. So I wanted to relay a message from the MotherShip Terra, Tiamat, Earth. She has a message for you, wonderful people, here in this holographic prism. I hope that everyone is well. Check on out. So I have been in contact with, and I think I don't want to overwhelm you because the contact that I've had has been ongoing since I arrived in Brazil. And many of you know, if you go back to my other, when I was back in Brazil, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was same level of contact, just actually probably to a lesser degree than it is now. I mean, this is a literally ongoing connection. I want to give a big up to all my extraterrestrials in the house, to let you know that we are right on time. The MotherShip is literally going to be, she's in orbit as we speak. Now, many people say, well, what are you talking about, Fleurbrun? You know, are you talking about the ships that we're seeing in the sky? Are you saying that there is, you know, some level of extraction? Yes. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Extraction is T minus 144. I'm joking with you. Extraction is going to happen. From what's being relayed to me is that everyone who has been in alignment with the frequencies, and that's why I say hold your ground. Sea stars and sun stars, I want you to hold your ground. Doesn't matter where you are in the ley line. Doesn't matter if you're in California. Doesn't matter if you're in Arkansas. Doesn't matter if you're in Italy. Doesn't matter if you're in the Congo. Doesn't matter if you're in Sierra Leone. Doesn't matter if you're in Israel. Doesn't matter if you're in Greece, Turkey. Doesn't matter if you're in New York and the Boogie Down, Bronx or uptown or downtown, Brooklyn. It doesn't matter if you're in Connecticut, Mount Vernon, Yonkers, St. Croix, Bahamas, Jamaica, Haiti, St. Vincent, Mexico, Peru, Colombia. Am I hitting some of you? New Jersey. Okay. So I want to let you know that there is a message that I'm to relay to you. And I love that I can give. These are one of the messages that I will always welcome. I welcome messages like this because these are the messages we want to hear. So the message is this: Houston, Houston, Canada. It is for everywhere that you sit and you stand. This message is for you. Extraction is still going to happen. You need to hold your ground. It is very difficult right here because Willy Wonka is hampering and throwing the low elf waves out there to keep you inhibited, to keep you repressed, to try to suppress and to keep you as low as possible. You now overstand and understand that this is much bigger than anything that we ever thought. We have the plasma field, the overlay, the dome that is now melting away. I always say melting, melting, like the Wicked Witch of the West, it's melting away. And everything's becoming more permeable. I think I was on, when was I in Zoom? I was on Zoom on Sunday. Big up to the Zombies. Welcome, Zombies. The Zombies were on. I think I'll be on tonight. I'm going to be with the Negas tonight. So Zombies, I might be a little late. I'm hanging out with the Negas tonight. Big up to all the Negas. I'm actually going to meet up with those connected to the old sisterhood here in Brazil. So big up to the women of Brazil here who are upholding the light even in the darkest moment. Let me get the message out. I don't want to just go any further. I think I talked to you on Sunday, but my father had come through right before my Zoom came on. Like he literally came through and then he came through another day. So I said, okay, Daddy, I see that you're trying to leave a message. And then I had contact with the nega. So it's interesting because as I'm talking about the veil being it isn't even existing. The veil is probably the thinnest it's ever been or going to probably ever be, or it just totally will dissipate. The contact with the other ones on the other side, whether it's your transitioned grandmother, your father, if they are still in that zone and they haven't reincarnated in physical form, they will be in contact with you. My father contacted me right before that Zoom, and then he held on strong to the next day. And then the nega finally contacted me. So that's where I'll be going this evening. So big up to the nega. And the message is, you're going to have to hold your life force because they're trying to expel it. They're trying to make you spill out your life force, or they're going to try to extract it. Okay, so you have to hold on to it. So for those of you who feel like you're tired or you're feeling drained, it is purposefully being done so that you don't have the energy you need to hold your stance, hold your energy and your frequency, and hold it strong so that it can perpetually keep elevating. You have to do it. So what I was told is that we will have extraction roughly around the year 2022, and they said it most likely will begin in March when the rainbow energy, and it's crazy because I'm like, that's what that rainbow energy was probably about. You remember when we had that rainbow event that happened, and it happened in March? Literally now we know that most likely that's why that happens. It's a cylindrical pattern. It's almost like a spiral. So it always happens around the same period of time. So the extraction for those of the 144 and others, I don't know who the others are, but you know the others. There will be a level of dissipation out of the prism at that point. So that's the extraction, beginning of the extraction. And I think it's going to go in waves. So what they said is that there are tiers to the extraction. So basically, whoever matches the highest frequency will basically permeate out of the prism. And how they will experience that extraction is when they enter into the real earth. Because I told you, this isn't earth. This is all this, as beautiful as it is. Listen, this is beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's a hologram, okay? Don't get it twisted. It's a hologram and it is a prism. So don't get too comfortable. As you permeate through, what happens is that you go into what, like, some people like to say is, what is that considered? Like to be a new earth. And you know what's crazy? It's not new earth. It's earth. It's literally you're going to transition out of this prism, and you're actually going to be extracted into what is considered to be new earth, mothership earth herself. Now, Nibiru is close by. That's why we're getting so many physical alterations. We've got the pole shift on deck. We've got the planetoid X, Mother Hubbership, because X to me is Earth. Okay, you may not accept it. That's what I know to be. You can call it whatever you want. You want to call it the brown dwarf. You want to call it Nemesis. You want to call it Nibiru. Whatever you want to call it, it's Earth. This isn't Earth. This is all a hologram. and we're co-creating it ourselves. So basically we're inside a prism, and that plasma normally is really hardened and cold and impermeable. But right now, because of the changes in the magnetic shift, it's becoming permeable. And those who are in the highest tier, who have mastered their awareness and are holding it strong, are the first of the waves to be able to permeate out, and it starts in 2022. And it's the twos, that's really what makes it happen, is the twos, 2022, and it will be in March. So March will be beginning of the first extraction out of this prism for those who are the highest tier, and it will then go into different tiers of beings who are raising. As one group is extracted, another group of extraction will happen. You know, it's almost like, you know, one layer extracts and then another layer is extracted. So from 2022 to about 2024 or 25, all the extraction should be completed. That is why they're giving all this, the say to get the Kukurachi kill shot. This is why they're doing it, because they knew extraction is coming. They're leaving, they're going through vortexes, they're hiding in caves, because they're dark Kabbalists. They can't tolerate all of these changes magnetically. You know what I mean? There's a monkey? Oh, we have a spider monkey. That's the first time, as soon as I start talking about this, right? We have a visitation from a spider monkey. Okay, so the message is that you are to hold your vibrations high. Please stay away from NPCs. Try to avoid Agent Smiths, because they know that if you haven't taken the Kukurachi kill shot, do know that they most likely will do shutdowns. I hope that you're prepared for this, because you are ready and allowed to leave, they're preparing for that. So they're going to bring everything they can before this first extraction, family. You need to stay strong. And I don't mean unhealthy. You aren't to hurt anyone. You aren't to judge people. You are to stay strong in your vibration, because this is exciting news. This is the news that I wanted to get. This is the kind of contact that I wanted to have. So it's very pertinent that you aren't letting anything outside of yourself change or shapeshift the vibrations that you're carrying right now, your signature. You are an everlasting being. We talked about this. You are magical beings. A lot of you aren't even from this planet, and your extraction points are coming close. So this is the contact that I had from the Nega. I'm really excited. Like I said, I haven't had this kind of information for a long time. And for them to come and tell me this, I think it's because I'm in a wonderful location, which allows for that kind of contact. And I think it's exciting news. So what am I telling you is you will soon be able to experience the true Earth, the beauty of Earth, not the artificial construct. I mean, it's beautiful. Listen, it is a beautiful stratosphere, but it isn't real. It is a co-created imprisonment that is holographically placating itself as Earth, but it isn't Earth. We've been waiting for this flyby. It's like a drive-by, but it's a flyby. The planetoid Earth, Tiamat, Terra, she's coming close to the stratosphere. That's where we're getting a lot of the physical changes and the physical alterations with a lot of these storms, because as she gets a little closer, she destabilizes our magnetic field. Okay, it's part of the cycle. And because the cycle, this rainbow energy that came, it's been coming every March. That's when it comes. And I didn't know what it was then, but now I know what it is now. It's basically, it's like a peeling away of an onion. It's like peeling away at the layers of an onion. So every year we were experiencing the rainbow energy, but we didn't really have it fully. Like we were getting pieces of it, little layers of it. And as we get closer and closer and closer to extraction, that wave, that first wave is going to experience the rainbow event. What happened initially is probably when I experienced it, it was for me to experience it so I would know and I would recognize the legitimacy of it when it came. March of 2020 is for the first extraction, and thereafter, I'm excited. Eyes to see. Thank you very much, my love. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. I suggest that you, and the rainbow that the LGBT community, and I don't think it's them who created the rainbow, that's an inverted rainbow. Please, please do not put rainbows on you with the inversion. The dark Kabbalists have, they have inverted the rainbow. It is to be the purple on top. If you look at all the rainbows that are represented that they're placing on that community, it's inverted. It's with the root on top. That's absolutely insane. Do you see how these bastards do it? The rainbow, the original rainbow that is meant to be a representation of the chakras, is from red up, not red down. So the purple should be on top. Purple, blue, and it goes down. So make sure that if you represent and rock in that rainbow, that you rock it in the way that it was intended to be, to field in the proper energy, rather than taking in like a satanic kind of dark Kabbalist kind of energetic force. Okay, make sure that you understand and understand what that means. When you wear the rainbow inverted, you're taking in the energies from an inverted position. That's why people who so-called are spiritual, call themselves spiritual in the pseudo-conscious community, they're oversexed, they're materialistic, they haven't any connection to source, because they're using their root as their crown. And if the root is your crown, you're going to be obsessed with materialism. You'll be obsessed with sex. You'll be obsessed with material things. So always having sex, always lusting, always, talking about their cars, your items. Where we're going, family, everyone's abundant. Everything's abundant. Abundance is nature. Nature is fully encompassing of everything we require and need. That is where we're going. The artificial world of these Willy Wonkas and their nanobots and their AI system is placating a world, a West world. And they're trying to take pieces of you and nanobot it and replicate it and put it in another imprisonment. Watch your energy and watch those around you. Be mindful of those who are placating themselves as friends when really they're foe. They're there to mark your time. And I don't want to make it seem like it's all nefarious, but at this time, when you are having an extraction, I don't know if any of you play video games, right at the point of where you're having extraction, remember I told you I used to play Resident Evil back in the days, extraction point, you always get things that come at you right before, when they know you're about to leave, okay? So this is fourth and goal. Remember when I used to say that? Fourth and goal. Trust only those with your heart. Your gut is everything. So I don't care if they look pretty. I don't care if they sound good. I don't care if they got sprinkles out there behind. It isn't gold until it literally shows up as gold in every manner. And no one has to be perfect. I'm not saying that, because I'm not. I'm far from perfect. But what I'm saying is that you have to be mindful at this point, because if you are upholding that light frequency, and that is a position that you've been holding for a while, they know where you're going, they know what's happening, and they're going to try to advert that energy. That's why the lockdowns will be roughly sometime in October, okay? Or maybe even at the end of this month. So that was a message I wanted to say. Big up to the niggas. I'm in contact. I will be visiting those serpentine type energy beings. Some people think they're nefarious and evil, but what's interesting about that is that though they demonize the serpent, they demonize the serpent. They've called her, they said that's the reason why Adam and Eve compromised themselves. Remember that? Remember, the serpent is the devil in everyone's eye. It's interesting they call the serpent evil, but I've known people who are connected to the actual nigga, and they have integrity. They have love. They're protective of nature. They're the greatest mothers. Okay, looks like they don't like this. Let me just say this. Whatever's being, can you hear me? Put a 13 if you can see me. Can you see me? Put a 13 if you can see me. Can you see me? I'll make this quick. Okay. Whatever they demonize, I would question. Okay? I had a very good friend of mine. He was connected to the nega. He talks about it and shouts it on his platform all day. Oh, actually, No, I'll say this because he said it publicly. I really appreciated what he said. John X Army. He was connected to the serpent. The gold serpent was contacting him. He was excited. It was wonderful. And then he said, when he wasn't doing right, the serpent left him. He listened to his words. The serpent wouldn't F with him when he wasn't righteous. Listen to me, family, because I want you to see this is an actual real account of what the serpent will do when you aren't in righteousness. It wouldn't mess with him anymore because he was nefarious at one point. He wasn't doing righteous. And as soon as he reconfigured his energy, acknowledged the things that needed to be remedied, and he remedied it and acknowledged it and started to do righteousness, guess what? That serpentine energy returned. So that's how he knew. I remember him calling me and saying, he was like, yo, he was like, that serpentine is goddess ship. Because when he was in a right place, it wouldn't mess with him. It wouldn't touch him. Be careful of who is delegating the information. Remember, the UFO and ET community is literally created by dark Kabbalists to control the narrative. So all these so-called light beings and people who are calling themselves conscious in the conscious community, watch their actions. Remember, actions speak louder than words. You could talk a good game. I could tell you I'm a positive person. I could tell you that I'm a good person. But everything I do, if it reflects the opposite, then that is who I am. You know, my mom used to say that. She said, actions speak louder than words. And I used to think, Mommy, come on now, right? She was absolutely correct. Because it wasn't my words that mattered. I could say that I want to be something. I could say I want to be a good person. I could say I want to be a better mother. I could say all those things, but in my actions, in my daily actions, if it isn't reflecting the words that I'm stating, that is literally a testament to who I truly am. And also, it's not necessarily what you say either, not matching what you do. It's also the people you surround yourself with. So if I say that I'm a goddess, or if I say I'm a protector of the earth, and I hang out with people that throw garbage all over, they don't recycle, they drink from cans of soda, and they throw it all over the place, then what does that say about my so-called being a person who promotes protecting the earth and keeping the earth clean? It would mean that in myself that maybe it's something I want to exude, so I say it, but it isn't who I am, because if it was who I am, I couldn't be around people who aren't respectful of the earth. Do you understand? So that being said, welcome, family, to the last leg. It's the last leg, y'all. You better hold that last sprint. Hold your stance. Hold it. That is the message they gave me. Hold on. Keep it going. Keep the momentum. Pace yourself, though, as well. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. But know that this is the last leg. We're upon the shift. The extraction is coming. We will be in a better and higher frequency paradigm. We will free ourselves from this cataclysmic, psychopathic, narcissistic, Listen. This world, you know, it's ran by crazies because all of the dark Kabbalists are the ones with the most resources. That's how you know the rainbow is inverted. Like, nobody even knows that. Come on now. So you know that wasn't the real world. Where we're going is real world. And even if you don't believe me and you think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, hold on to hope. Because even if you don't take what I know is truth, hold on to a higher field of what you know is true. It's Extraction 2022. I'm excited. March of 2022. It's Extraction Point. I hope you're excited. This is great news for those who are tired of being here with these crazy mother freakers. And do know that they're going to be doing lockdowns. So I want you all to be prepared. Make sure that you have your points and reference points at home. You know how I always tell you as a prepper, you have water and stuff at home, because if they lock it down, you want to be nice and cozy in your little wonderful bubble. Okay, make sure you are going to be able to hold your stance. And remember, I told you, They aren't going to be able to force you to do anything when you're a god and goddess. They can influence you if they want. Hold your stance. Hold your stance. They can enforce whatever they want, but they aren't able to force it on you unless you relinquish your rights. You are an everlasting being. What you say goes. You manifest. You co-create this reality. Co-create that you will be safe, without infiltration, fruitful, and also able to extend yourself outside of this imprisonment and live and coexist in a world that is more matching of what you desire and what you deserve. I love you so much. Have a masterful day. I just wanted to leave the message. I got to go out. So, you know, and for the Zombies, I might be a little late tonight. I'm hanging out with the niggas. And I love you. Peace.